was a poem that I found useful on numerous occasions because it spoke about the sweetness, the joy of human relationships. And it's called Phantom of Delight by Williams Wordsworth. I would want to use that today to salute, with the permission of in the audience, two ladies who have honored us with their presence on this occasion. Audrey, Queen Quet, our anthem, Miss Yara, and in Wordsworth's words, on behalf of all the men. But we consider you each a perfect woman.
That's right.
Nobly planned to warn, to comfort, and commend. And yet, a spirit still and bright with something of angelic light. These are our women. Again, I am truly privileged and honored to be with you this morning and to bring you greetings on behalf of the Secretary of the Department of the Interior, the Honorable Ken Salazar. It has been our esteemed regional director here, Dave Villa, and I to have worked with Secretary Salazar over the past 8 months. But it's my great joy personally to be in your company of men and women who have the passion and the dedication and the perseverance to continue to contribute to the preservation of our collective resources. And I sense your unwavering commitment to assure that all America enjoy the beauties and the great outdoors that we preserve. Please allow me briefly to highlight for you Secretary Salazar's priorities for the Department of Interior. Priorities in which I invite your engagement and certainly your support. But these are activities which touches our lives directly and indirectly. These are not in priority necessarily, but they do reflect the 5 priorities of the Secretary of the Department of Interior, appointed by President Obama and confirmed by the United States Senate. Managing the adverse impacts of climate change as it relates to human, natural, and cultural resources. Creating a new energy frontier in that the Department of Interior also administers the outer continental shelf that is used for the extraction of oil and gases, and certainly many of our public lands are used for extraction of mineral resources as well. Empower Native American communities to reach greater heights with respect to the general welfare of those who are on and off the reservation, as it were, particularly giving close attention to the development of young Native Americans. And the Department of Interior, by congressional edict, has a continuing trust responsibility for all Native Americans. And certainly creating a 21st century conservation corps dealing with our youth. The Secretary has made it clear to all the men and women of the Department of Interior, extending from the South Pacific to Maine to Alaska to the U.S. Virgin Islands, that no organizational entity will be relieved of its ongoing responsibility to actively, substantially involve young people in all of its programs and operations. I will speak a little bit further about that commitment to our youth. I must tell you that the overriding commitment that the Secretary has made to President Obama and also to the U.S. Congress and to the American people, that overlaying all of the goals and objectives of the Department of Interior is a continuing and a persistent quest to make sure that the workforce of the Department of Interior reflect the face of America that our engagement with all segments of the community is inclusive, not only in rhetoric, but in substance. I admit quite frankly, that if you know about employment in your federal government, and particularly within the Department of Interior, we admit upfront, we have ways to go. It is through your participation, and as Mr. Douglas reminded, through your agitation, we will get there. We will get there. That is the message I bring to you from Secretary Salazar, and I'm confident that that will happen. My friends, as a nation, we are blessed with millions of acres of public lands. Witness as an example, the Fish and Wildlife Service administers some 150 million acres. The Bureau of Land Management, 256 million acres. The National Park Service, the National Forest Service in the Department of Agriculture, 193 million acres. And certainly the National Park Service, some 84 million acres. These are your lands, these are our lands. And we share responsibility for their stewardship directly and indirectly. We must assure that the joy, use, and benefit of these resources not only here and available for our use, our enjoyment, but we are committed that they should be here to serve and to benefit future generations. In the more recent years, I have come to think more about a document that has served this nation, has served this people well. Although imperfect, the document still stands. It has as its preamble, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. Those who designed this document, who included the language in the preamble, they knew that this was not a perfect document. So they allowed a provision for it to be amended. I would ask you to reflect on three particular amendments in this year in particular. Reflect on amendments 13, 14, and 15. For the fulfillment of those amendments are not fully realized. We moved a little bit further towards the we the people with respect to the 14th Amendment enacted in 1865, when in 1964, you can make the arithmetic there, that President Johnson, with Dr. King standing by his side, signing the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But what I find most interesting about the human behavior is that it was also that same year that we signed what? The Wilderness Act. Isn't that interesting, my friends? That here we are trying to grope with the most precious thing, that is to assure that all fellow citizens have, as guaranteed by the Constitution, equal protection, equal access to jobs, to housing, to health. And by the same token, in the same year, we recommit ourselves to a nation to preserve wilderness areas, which is the highest level of preservation, because the wilderness says that you will not see evidence of human impact, human spoilage, the highest level of preservation in the same year. Human nature is amazing, amazing. But again, I invite your attention to amendments 13, 14, and 15. But in more recent years, I've also become more interested about this thing we call education. That is the #1 priority of any nation, is education.